Hey, junior detectives, welcome back. It's Tink again. I'm here with video number 3, which goes along with step number 3 of your junior detective badge, having fun with fingerprints. So if you haven't watched videos number 1 or 2, make sure you go watch those and participate in those activities before you move on to this video, which is number 3. Okay, Girl Scouts, go ahead and grab your activity packet. Again, just a reminder, you can find this on gsneo.org/Girl Scouts at Home. Download it and print it out so you have it in front of you. If you've already looked through this, step 3 is fingerprinting for fun. And the top section of this packet gives you different ways that you can take your own fingerprints at home. And if you've looked a little bit farther into this packet, you'll notice there's a diagram that shows you the 3 different kinds of fingerprints. There's the loop, the whirl, and the arch. You can bring that a little bit closer to the camera so you can see it. Loop, whirl, and arch. Now, detectives can dust for fingerprints and collect evidence based on the fingerprints that they find, because all humans have different prints on their fingers that help identify who might have been at the scene of the crime. So fingerprinting is a really useful tool if you want to grow up to be a detective. And if you've already gone ahead and done some of the fingerprinting ideas at the top of this sheet, you can join in with me. I am going to take my own fingerprints and I am going to blow them up on balloons so we can see them closer. If you've got some balloons at home and some ink and you'd like to participate with me, go ahead and grab those items and come on back and we can do this together. Okay, so I'm going to give this a try. So I have some balloons here, and I've got some ink pads, just your typical crafty ink that you can get from craft stores. And I've got 2 different colors. I took black and like a navy blue. I've not done this, so I don't know which one will work best. So this is a bit of an experiment for us. I think I'm going to take the yellow balloon because it's a light color, and I think the dark ink will show up better on the lighter color balloon. And yellow is my favorite color, so it's a win-win, right? Okay, so I'm going to put these other balloons off to the side. I think I'll start with my black ink. And let's see, I think I'll do my right thumb. I want to see what that thumbprint looks like. So I'm going to, look at that. I'm going to dab my thumb into the ink. Make sure it's nice and covered. See how I went on the sides a little bit as well. And now I'm going to stamp my thumbprint onto the balloon. You know what, I'm going to stand up so I got some good leverage for this. And try to keep your balloon flat. I know it's a little bit difficult. And stamp it down. Oh, I think mine slid a little bit. That's okay. If your fingers slide because the ink's a little wet, it might smudge your print a little bit, but that's okay. Okay, so now I'm going to wipe my thumb on my paper towel here to try to get some of that off. This is a fun, messy activity. Good excuse to wash your hands at the end of it. Okay, so if you can see my little balloon here, I'll try to hold it up. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but you can kind of see some of the outlines of my fingerprint. It's kind of hard to see, so I'm going to blow it up, and it should make the fingerprint really big and easier to decipher. So let's try this. And if you have a hard time blowing up balloons, I know sometimes it's hard, you can grab an adult to help you with this part. Okay. All right, so if you can see here, it's kind of hard to tell because the light's from the cameras. You can kind of get the image down here of my fingerprint. And if I compare it with our little dummy diagram on our pocket, it looks like that part of my thumb has lots of arches. They seem to be pretty uniform and evenly spaced out, not a lot of whirls and swirls. And on this part of my thumbprint, it's kind of hard to tell because that's where my thumb slipped when I printed my thumb. So I'm going to deflate this and try it again on the other side with a different finger, maybe my pointer finger this time, and we'll see. All right, here we go. I'm letting out the air. Okay, all right. So I'm going to flip my balloon over, and I'll do blue ink this time because why not? Switch it up a bit, right? So I'm going to take my pointer finger this time and get it nice and inked. Nice dark ink. Here we go. Does that look pretty good to you? Looks good to me. All right, so I'm going to stamp it. I'm going to try really hard not to slip this time. And stamp it down. All right, give it some pressure. Try to bring it straight up. Oh, this is a good one. If I do say so myself, this one turned out even better than the first one. That's why you try it a couple of times, right? It's okay if it doesn't turn out perfect. You just keep trying until you got it. Okay, so here's my little pointer fingerprint. If you can see it, you can already tell it's a little clearer than my big old smudgy thumbprint that I did. So now let's blow this up and see what my pointer fingerprint looks like. Oh yeah, that's a good one. Okay, let's see how you can see this. It's kind of hard to tell. I've definitely got some looping down here. If you can see that, just a little bit of looping here, and definitely lots of arch type prints up at the top of my finger. So my pointer finger, I've got like a combination of prints, which is really cool. I didn't know that about myself. So that's fun. Go ahead and try this at home and go ahead and take your family's fingerprints. You can blow it up on balloons. If you don't have balloons, that's okay. Like I said, there's different steps up here in your packet. You can try to take your fingerprints these ways and decipher what your family members' fingerprints look like. And if you want to get really sneaky as a detective, you can follow the instructions up here on how to dust for fingerprints in your own home. So who was it that took the last cookie in your family's cookie jar? You might just be able to find out by dusting for prints. All right, Girl Scouts, once you've done this and had fun with fingerprints, you will have completed step 3 of your detective badge. You're getting so close. All right, thanks for joining, Girl Scouts. I'll see you soon. Bye.